Good morning, everybody. This is Steve, and you're watching the MrBigKid Channel. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We have another comparison video for you guys today. Take 3 of the Masterbuilt Gravity 560 electric charcoal smoker versus the Pit Boss 820 Deluxe Pellet Grill. Today, we're gonna be doing some spatchcock chicken. Very easy thing to do, probably my favorite way to cook chicken. To smoke chicken. We're gonna cut the spine out, flatten it, we're gonna put a coating of mustard on it and rub, and that's it. We're gonna smoke it till it's done. And before we get started, please don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe. I am all about guns and barbecue, firearms and cooking. I love them both, and if you guys love guns and barbecue as much as I do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like the last 2 videos, we're going all mesquite. We're gonna be using mesquite lump charcoal with mesquite wood chunks. And then on the pellet grill, we're gonna be using mesquite Traeger brand pellets. So once you have a little bit of smoke coming out, you can go ahead and close the doors and latch them. Now you can turn on the grill, set your temp, and we're just going to start it off at 225 just to start getting up to temp. I want you guys to listen to how quiet this fan is. It's not obnoxious at all, and that's a big difference. The pellet grill so far and the Masterbuilt, the fan is much quieter and much less obnoxious on this thing. So this is all we have left for pellets, but for this chicken cook, this will be more than enough. So we're gonna close this, we're gonna open the grill, and then we're just gonna set this to smoke and let this fire up. Once it's completed its ignition process, we close the lid and set it to temp. And we're gonna set this to 250. Same with this guy, we are up to temp, so we're gonna set this guy to 250. Both grills are lit and both grills are up to temperature. Let's get those chickens, let's cut those spines out, put a little rub on them, and get them on the grills. So this chicken is 6.5 pounds. Of course, a lot of that's gonna be bone and all that. So we're gonna cut this open as clean as possible. Okay, so on the chicken, all we're basically gonna do, all this chicken juice is just so gross. We're gonna take this spine and completely just cut it right out. And make sure we don't have any organs. I don't like to keep any of this stuff. So right here, you can feel the spine. So you just hear those ribs crunch. It's all pretty, it's kind of barbaric, but. There we go, chicken spine. Let's throw that out. And then what we're gonna wanna do is you wanna spread it out. Make sure this is all clean in here. Like I said, I don't eat the organs or anything like that. So, you know what? I'm gonna remove the skin because I'm gonna serve this for a party, and essentially we're just gonna slice it up. And we don't really eat the wing actually, so probably just gonna cut that off. Skinless chicken spatchcocks. We're gonna get a rub on this, but first we're gonna trim the other one. for a rub today and a binder, we're gonna be using some yellow mustard as a binder. It's an excellent binder for poultry and pork. I use it all the time. For the rub, I'm using some Jack Daniel's chicken rub. I've never tried it, but well, we'll see how it is, right? Okay, internal temp of the thighs, or of the breast, is 57. Internal temp of the thighs are 55, so we're matching pretty good on that. So with these, you want to check your breast temperature and your thigh temperature. Big difference, your thighs you want to be 175, 180, and your breast you want to be 160, 175. And then it's good. Same thing for this guy, thigh and breast, 53, 59. And then there we are. The time is 10:55 right now, so let's see how long these guys take to cook. Okay, it's been 1 hour and we're reading 119 on here. Looking good. It looks like the rub is mostly set, so we're gonna go ahead and start dabbing this with a concoction. Real easy one. Let me show you what it is. I'm gonna be putting this on it every 30 minutes to an hour. It's apple juice, melted butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and red pepper, ground red pepper. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. It literally tastes like liquid apple pie. So we're gonna be putting this on the chicken. I hope it's gonna be a really good glaze for it. Here's the Pit Boss. We are reading 113. So let's get this thing rubbed down as well. All right, so it's been 2 hours and we're sitting at 156 in the Masterbuilt, and we are sitting at 150 and 131 on the Pit Boss. And let's see what the other temp on the Masterbuilt is, 154. Let's check it out. It's starting to look really good. We are gonna give it another glazing as well. And let's see inside the Pit Boss. Yep, that is looking really good as well. Okay, so the Masterbuilt, it is right now it's 156, so it's been exactly 3 hours that this has been cooking, and we're reading 170 and 168. So let's check it out. That looks amazing. Look how delicious that looks, guys. All right, so we're gonna pull this, and I don't have any more foil, so I'm just gonna kind of put it in the microwave and just let it sit there. Obviously not cook it more. Okay, so we are completely done. We're reading about 166 in the breast, and then in the legs we're reading like 173, 172 around there. That's good. Again, we don't want to overcook it, but that looks so good too. It's 210, so about 15 minutes longer to cook on the Pit Boss. Let's transfer it. Masterbuilt Pit Boss Pellet Grill. So let's look at overall looks right now. The Pellet Grill seems to have a little more of a crispy, well, there's no skin on it, but seems to have caramelized a little more, which is actually interesting. Some like darker spots around here by the legs, over by the side. These kind of look like frogs without the wings, don't they? This guy actually has slightly darker spots. I think that's some from the charcoal actually, but like up here by the breast you have some really good caramelization on the outside as well. All this rub, it looks like it's wet, but it's it's pretty much set in, which is nice. So since this has been resting for about 15 minutes longer, we're gonna go ahead and cut into this one, and this one's gonna keep resting for a little. It's like the world's loudest bird right now, just hanging out outside, but it's all right. Look how juicy this is. Just gonna cut that off. Let's separate that dark meat. Smells so good. The breast, we're gonna kind of carve it. I wonder if I can completely cut it off. I don't know. Okay, there's 2 breastises. I know, I said it wrong. I do that on purpose. So I kind of want to cut this in slices. So I'm gonna kind of slice it like I would a turkey. Looks good. Don't see a whole lot of smoke ring, but I mean, it wasn't a super long smoke. But it's a very pretty looking cut of meat. It is pink around the edges, but I love the look of that, you know, that rub on the side. I'm gonna try a bite right now. Let's see. Oh, that is so good. Wow. You could really taste that smoke and that glaze I put on the end, on the edge right there. It almost simulates a skin. It's sweet and spicy. Super good. All right, and here is the pellet grill. Same thing, I'm gonna cut it off. Meat kind of has very similar characteristics. So, cut one of the breasts off here. Actually, cut it to this guy. Same thing, doesn't seem overcooked at all. A little pinkness around the edges, but I mean, I'm not gonna call it a smoke ring necessarily. Let's try the flavor though. We'll pull from a similar cut that we had before. Let's try this. Very tasty. Okay. Here's a synopsis. The Pit Boss, a little more mild. So you can taste that rub, the glaze a little more. It tastes a little more chickeny because there's it just seems like a little less smoke penetration. The flavor is excellent and I'm not knocking it at all. But if you're looking for that, again, that charcoal flavor, then you want to look at the Masterbuilt because you actually get that stick burner type flavor, you know, with the charcoal and everything. And again, it's not overcooked at all, but you get that sootier, sounds weird, sootier, smokier flavor with this, probably because of the charcoal combusting. So again, I think I like the flavor of the Masterbuilt because I love that charcoal flavor. I grew up using a Weber kettle, so I just love that flavor. But out of convenience, this is literally turn it on and throw the meat in. This one you have to light a fire, which isn't a huge deal. There we have it. Those are the 2 cooks. Let's talk about the pros of the Masterbuilt. And I think the biggest pro of the Masterbuilt is going to be flavor. You do get a lot of that charcoal burning flavor, especially when you have those wood chunks in there. You get a good infusion of charcoal and smoke. It has a very similar flavor to a stick burner. It's the same exact process. The only difference is you have a fan that's pulling the smoke, modulating your chamber temperature. It's a little more inconvenient to light, and I will say it's not nearly as efficient as the pellet grill. So the pellet grill, it barely uses pellets. It's a very slow process. I can get through an entire brisket with 1 hopper full of pellets, whereas this guy, I've probably had to fill up twice, maybe 3 times to do a full long brisket. This one's just about empty after a 3-hour cook. I probably have another 2 or 3 hours on it, so it's maybe like a third empty. Now the pellet grill obviously wins out of convenience. You literally can turn it on, wait for it to smoke, set it to your temperature, and throw your meat on there. That's it. It modulates itself. I haven't had a flame out or a burnout on the pellet grill probably in like a 1.5 years when I really learned how to use it. So that's that's that. The flavor is still really good on the pellet grill. I enjoyed it a lot. It is very smoky. It's just the Masterbuilt is way smokier. So, not, again, trying to be as unbiased as possible, but these are my findings and these are my results. Awesome chicken. I'm going to go slice it all up and get it ready for the party. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Guns, barbecue, it's like awesome stuff. If you love guns and you love barbecue, do yourselves a favor. Go ahead and sign up for my channel. I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. And hit that little bell notification icon so you know when I'm making new videos. 2 a week. That's what I'm going for. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great weekend.